Emmanuel Ante, I heard some comments about him.
Yes.
I believe that what I'm trying to do may set a certain tone for your best of experts here to be able to ground some of the things we talk about. Emmanuel Ante in 2012 was simply doing a reporting job of a journalist after the elections. He was harmed by MPP supporters because they were angry that they had lost elections. Right after it happened, there was an entourage that came to multimedia to plead, and they openly spoke on the television, assuring that they would do everything to assist the young man. Because of that, no legal processes were taken because the media organization was understanding. As we speak today, they have not honored any of that promise. Emmanuel Ante has been struggling. After a point, he couldn't work anymore. He had to leave. Just recently, I had to write to remind those people, Elizabeth Ohene, Nana Komea, and someone else at the presidency, that you made a promise to this young man. And I wrote also to the party's office. You made a promise to this young man. Now, he's down. He can't work to take care of himself. He has a family. It's been about 4 months or so. They've not dignified it with a reply.
No response.
Yes.
Okay.
You talk about Lateef Idrisu in March of 2018.
Yeah.
What was he doing? Koko Edo has been arrested for treason charge for some comments. He goes to the police headquarters, a place where he felt very safe. The police officers, there's a crowd, and they are trying to get the crowd away. He simply asked the question, what's the name of this vehicle which you are using to protect the facilities and installation and to avoid chaos? That's all. One officer gets angry. They beat him to pulp. Lateef, as we speak, has done a number of surgeries. In the face of medical reports from Kolebu, specialists in Kolebu and America, the police insist that there was no CCTV footage coverage on that day in that sensitive place. Okay. So this is an attempt to prevent even the prosecution from getting to easily prove the case. They say that there was no CCTV coverage on that day, so they have nothing to show because they insist that their men were not the ones who harmed him.
And we are still in court on that matter?
Who harmed him and for what purpose? Now, the media commission attempted a settlement. Okay. Initially, it was working. Then suddenly they just backed out.
The police?
Yes.
Okay.
They were not interested. When we were about to start trial, sometime last year, even the Attorney General, seeing the circumstance, said, let's pause. Let's not go through trial. Let's get back to the police. We may be able to resolve this without a court process. Nothing came out of it because the police was simply not interested in moving forward with the case. Forgive me if I am prolonging a bit.
Yes, we'll just wrap up on that.
Move on to January 2019, Ahmed Swale, and what happened?
Yeah.
What is the result today? We have just been told that things are happening. Well, we don't get as much information. Pius Esiedu, many don't remember him. In 2020, at, I think, Kaneshi area, there was a situation, a dispute between the two parties at the parliamentary level. A security officer, Collins, known as Kola, is the one who harmed Pius. Pius has gone through several surgeries. He's still not well. Okay. As we speak this moment, he needs in excess of $65,000 to be able to have the semblance of life. He doesn't. Ask me, where has the prosecution of that officer gone to? That officer was traced to work with national security from the presidency. Since 2022, there's not been a court hearing for him.
Let's bring in Manasseh.
So how do I gain that trust that something is going on? Maybe I'll end on this one. I'll spare you the stories. July 2021, Erastus Asaridonko is threatened by a known person, Kennedy Japan. Yes. And he says, let's beat the hell out of him. If I were the president, I will ensure he's beaten mercilessly. Multimedia files a petition to the police in Ashanti region. They give some excuses and say it should be dealt with at the national. I led Erastus to the police headquarters. We formally filed a complaint. Just last year, the Information Ministry organized a meeting where the police chiefs were there to give us updates. And I believe it is what Dr. Dampari referred to as a system where they are able to trace. When they were going through the cases reported to them on the assault of journalists, we were told that Erastus's case was not reported to the police. No. If you Google now, you see the reports, you see the petition itself in July of 2021. So my point is, how do I gain the confidence that something is being done when the wrong happens? And you know, when wrong is not punished, that's where you get impunity.